Hi Pisces, welcome to your week ahead taroscope with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, you know I love you for it. With that said, if you would like to book your personal reading with me, you can do so on the website address below. And before we start, as always, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your key to the week, it took me a moment there, sorry. For your key to the week, you have the Wheel of Fortune. Lucky you. Being in the right place at the right time, being in the right place to forge connections that are going to be a part of your next part of your journey. This could be where you are connecting with like-minded people. Maybe you are connecting with people that you were supposed to meet. This could see you really aligning this week as well with people that are going to be a part of your life going forward. I just kind of get this feeling that there's like a real influx of new people, new energy, new connections coming in. This is really exciting. I would in many ways as well, like what I really like about this for you is it tends to open up a lot of the rewards for the hard work and effort that you've put in previously. So if you haven't necessarily had, if you haven't been able to enjoy, if you haven't, maybe you've just put in a lot of work on something and you've had no results or rewards from it. And it's like, wow, you know what? I've been working really hard, but I haven't seen anything back from it. This week, all of that could change. For your actions and options, holy crap, look at that. You've got the Wheel of the Year in this deck, which is the Wheel of Fortune. This is about you not only being lucky this week, but it's also about you creating your own luck. It's about you saying, right, you know what, luck is one part of it. What the universe does is one half of it, but what I do, that's all of what I can do, right? This is about you saying, I'm not just going to rely on luck. I'm not just going to rely on hope. I'm going to rely on action. So I'm going to create my own luck. I'm going to create my own momentum. The Wheel of Fortune as an actions card as well suggests that this is about you looking at the cycles, the patterns of your life and asking yourself, right, how did I get here? And more importantly, how am I going to get on from here? This is really exciting. For your communications and conversations, you have the Devil card. So this week, as seems to be the case for all of us in some respect, actually. It's funny because that's a theme throughout the zodiac this week. There appears to be a connection from the past that is coming in this week. Now, the Devil card is interesting because last week you had the Devil card as your key to the week, right? So you see the progression here. It's kind of like you're working this energy out of your life effectively. What I like about this for you is it suggests that whatever or whoever comes back into your life, look at this, it's fated that they're coming back in. How you deal with it, how you close off this cycle, this pattern or this connection that you have with this person, that's all you. That's all personal choice, personal decision. And this week, you might be cutting a tie. You might be saying to someone, you know what, you kind of go in you kind of come in my life, you go out of my life. You do this whole cyclic pattern where you're in and out, in and out. Well, you know what, I'm shutting the door and I'm shutting the door for good. So this week you could be shutting somebody down, maybe in a gentle way, but in a way that is firm. It's like one of those moments where you shut a door and then you lock it behind you. So really interesting. I'll be intrigued to see how this plays out. For your money and materials, you've got the Ace of Wands right underneath the Wheel of Fortune. This is results and rewards of hard efforts put in. This is new work, new money, new opportunities that come in for you. This is about you stepping forward in a really powerful way, but it's almost like you're having a lot of fun and enjoyment with it. It's not just about hard work, it's about the results of the hard work. It's about the fun and the enjoyment that you can have once you've worked hard for something. And it's a new beginning when it comes to your finances. This is very I think this is really exciting, I have to say. I really do. Now, when it comes to your physical health and vitality, lot of strength here. Physically, you know, lots of energy, lots of vitality. This might be a week where you feel like you maybe have a little too much energy. So it'd be a good week to, you know, get some workouts in. It'd be a good week probably to lay off the stimulants, coffee, etc. Especially like if it's any mind altering substances that you might usually enjoy. This is not a good week for it. There's too much energy here. And you know, you could take yourself over the edge, as they say. When it comes to your home and environment, this is about you looking further afield. For a lot of you, I actually feel like this is maybe you not necessarily, you know, making steps towards a move, but certainly starting to really consider it. And it's funny because that came up last week. Only this week, I kind of feel like, you know, if last week you said to yourself, you know what, I think I might want to move soon. This week, you're kind of saying to yourself, right, you know what, if I'm going to move, where am I going to move to? This is going to see you really starting to look, you know, browsing through properties, thinking about what the budget is. Like, you're doing all the preliminary stuff at the moment and will be for a while yet, which is really exciting. For your love and relations, you have the Moon card. So it could be, because you got this right underneath the Devil card, right underneath the Wheel of Fortune, those three cards in specific are very, very cyclic energies. The Moon is cyclic. The Devil card is about patterns. The Wheel of Fortune is about the Wheel of Karma. These are very cyclic patterns. And this week, I get the sense that a lot of you this week, you're shutting a door, you're closing off a cycle, you're ending a pattern. And this week you're doing it in, you know, in response and reverence and love for yourself. It's kind of like, you know what, for those of you that are single, maybe this is that person that, you know, when there's nobody else on the scene, they love a little booty call, or, you know, like, well, when there's nobody else on the scene, or they're, you know, they're feeling a bit banged up and bruised, they love to have you on retainer or on speed dial and all the rest of it. And you see them for, you know, God knows whatever time. They make all these plans with you and then they just disappear and ghost you for like 6 months at a time. This is putting a stop to that. It's putting an end to that and saying, you know what? No. Thank you for considering that I might be a person for you to lean on when you really need it, but that's not good enough for me. It's not enough for what I want, for what I need, and ultimately for what I deserve. You know, which is really powerful. For those of you that are partnered, and for those of you that are single, this is that person, right? They're coming back this week, and this week you're just going to be like, no. You know what? You do this all the time. And while before I was in that pattern and that cycle with you, I'm no longer in that space. No. For those of you that are partnered, long-term relationship, married, this is a very similar energy. Only this time, this is going to kind of see you saying to your partner, you know what? I'm doing whatever I can to bring myself into alignment. I'm doing whatever I can to make sure that I am... to make sure that I'm changing enough for us to you know, to get to where it is that we want to be. I can't do your half of the work for you, and so you have to do your bit. This could be a week where if you are in a relationship, you could be saying to your partner, I need you to pull your weight. I need you to do your bit. I need you to, you know, you could be seeing a partner exactly as they are, rather than, you know, how you like to see them because you're in love with them. This week you could be calling a partner out on, you know, some shoddy behavior. And, you know, if you're in a relationship with someone and you're in love with them, that's a really important part of it, to be able to say to someone, this version of who you are right now and the way that you're behaving, it doesn't work for me. It doesn't work for our relationship, and vice versa as well. They need to be able to call you out on your stuff. If you can't do that in a relationship, the relationship is not healthy. You know, I'm just going to call it how I see it, right? That is the truth of the matter. If you can do that and you can say to each other, look, you know what, I don't like the way that you're being. I don't like who you are at the moment. And this isn't to say that you don't like them. It's just that something about their actions, something about their behavior is not aligned with where you truly see yourself going. And, you know, if they're not willing to change that, or if they can't change it, especially not overnight, none of us can, you know, it's too hard. Human beings are creatures of habits, patterns and cycles, right? Look at these three cards. They literally speak to that. However, If you're willing to do that work, to change those cycles and those patterns, half of the battle is already won. If you refuse to see it, or you point blank just say, well, it's not my problem, that person's not as invested in you as you are in them. And that's something that really needs to be looked at. All right, so I'm going to get off my soapbox now and shut my mouth because I'm going on a little bit of a rant. You know, it's been known to happen. And with that said, outside of that, I actually think this is going to be a great week for you guys. It looks like there's a lot of advancement here, but there are some things that also need to be looked at. And if the past comes knocking this week, obviously what you do is completely up to you, but based on the cards that are here, I would shut that door, lock that door, and then close the curtain for good measure. All right, with that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.